Oh, just press that button. I'm going to close all these channels because I must have something open that I am not aware of with all the echo. Dear, 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 dear. Right, let's go. I think that echo's gone now, isn't it? Right, let's go. I think that echo's gone now, isn't it? Hey, this is setting off good, isn't it, guys? Yeah, really going good. So, this is setting off good, isn't it, guys? Yeah, really going good. So, uh, guys, the guys in the room, will you? Can you hear an echo in the room as well, guys?
Yeah, we can hear it, Steve. I'm wondering if you got the YouTube channel open at the same time as your Zoom channel. I don't know.
I think I have, haven't I? Where is it?
YouTube channel open at the same time.
Ah, are you still there, Andy?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah,
That's it, isn't it? I had a YouTube channel that I was looking at hidden in my pages,
yeah,
and well, there we go. So thanks, guys. Cheers, Andy. Right, I wanted to go a little bit earlier today. By the way, can you actually see me on the picture at all, or is it all
yeah,
disappeared?
yeah. You're in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, just
Okay,
under a big bear bar.
a big bump. All right, okay, that will do. That will do. And with Kings, the market's been moving quite a bit today. And I want to go through a few things before the 2:15 because we've got Aussie US, we're on Aussie USD, we're making money. It's been slow. We're making money on Kiwi USD. Uh, we've got a 15-minute bar reversal on here on the FTSE. So I don't. What I want to do with the market open, I think I'm going to move a stop to entry on that 15-minute bar there, guarantee that trade. And as it moves, hopefully if it moves off a little bit, we're kind of nearly there. I just want to take the money off the table, make that it's risk free. So I think the market should really come off. But I wanted to quickly go through crude. So right, it's clicked in now. So we did just a little reminder, being shot in the backside of crude, and we had our Fibo target of 72.35, 61.2% extension, and a larger target there. That was a target from this morning to get back into 15-minute bar area, and if you remember, we took the market down all the way down to here and then took some money, which was a couple of pips short of the 62 pips. And then the market went on and hit the target that we identified anyway. So what I put in the room, I don't know if people saw it. Where are we? Which room did I put it? It's getting back into the swing of all this. Crude, yes. I put the trade on here this morning, just before, effectively walking the bar up because I think this market is probably going to come down again. I didn't want everything to go off at 2:30 and we're running all over the place. So I was walking the dog. The market looks like it may have reversed again, coming back down, and I'm looking for a double bubble there on crude to try and add uh, add to the wins. So we're looking at a 30 pip stop and a 39 pip target, and that's there or thereabouts at the moment. DAX, before we come on to American markets. Well, the DAX, flipping heck. We were looking at this morning, and it's really took off all-time record highs on the DAX on the 4 hour. You can see we've broken out of this channel. get into the 15 minutes, a little bit choppy, just a little bit messy. The market came down, hit the close, and then took off, and we made some money on that takeoff on the DAX on Fate of the Phil. So the market came down here this morning, and we took a trade from up here with more or less a double tap into here, and made some money out of that as well. Now it is Friday. We are expecting an EOM trade for the DAX and EOM end of month for the Dow, and we'll be on at 8:30 tonight for that live on a live, and see if we can trade that. The FTSE hasn't been particularly successful. Having said that, on the EOMs, if the FTSE can stay up today, then I will come on at about 10 to 4 this afternoon if anyone wants to join me in the room. I'm not going to live stream it on YouTube, but we'll just do it in the room. If you fancy trading that, then we will short the FTSE into the close, because we do have an extreme gap and a closing gap still. So I'm not too interested in the DAX now. It's come down, we've traded it up, we've made some money. The thing that I am interested for later on today, so we've got nearly full target there, and I think I want to probably take this off at 0.5%. So if you did in the 15-minute bar, kind of missed the full target by about a pip. I think the US markets are going to have to come off first before we get involved. So probably just take this. We'll take 0.5% there on the FTSE on the 15-minute bar, 15-min bar. We don't want the risk of the US markets knocking us out, do we? So from this morning's wins, we've been added to that portfolio. So the gap that we're going to go for tonight, well, this afternoon into 4 o'clock, I think that should be in from this morning. Oh, I thought it was. Apologies, unless I put it down into the 1 minute. Oh, here we are. It's from this morning. Yeah. So we have an extreme gap on the FTSE. Yeah, we'll get that off. Extreme gap on the FTSE and the closing gap that hasn't been closed today, and it's the end of the month. So I would like to see this broken and hit the extreme gap and then closing gap. If the market can stay up here, then I think that might be quite nice. Let's just have a little look quickly on the 1 hour so you can see where we are here. So that was a weekly target hit. I've got that from this morning. We'll take that off. We don't need to see that anymore. All-time record highs. FTSE should get this gap closed. So I think I really want to alarm this for this afternoon. We might build. We've got a reversal fractal here, and so X gap here, closing gap here. Let's put an alarm in here, under here, and we'll see how we go. 1/4 past-ish. So let's have a quick look at the Aussie USD, Kiwi USD trades on from this morning, and then we'll look at the Dow, the S&P, and all right, gold. Well, gold trade here, 15-minute bar reversal, of course, on the gold. The gold bot's already been in, and the gold robot's gone in again. So that's gone in again, the gold robot. It's flipping relentless at the moment. So there's a 15-minute bar here. There's a 15-minute bar. Did anybody? We finished this morning, but that before this actual perfect 15-minute bar setup, There was a 15-minute bar. Did anyone take that 15-minute bar that we were waiting for today?
No, not me, Steve. I was at Waitrose.
Oh, right. Okay. No problem. No problem at all. Um, right. Okay. Right. So there's a 15-minute bar. It's done. The gold bots have been in and they've just gone in again. I didn't know. I didn't notice the bots have gone in again. So the gold bots have gone in. Quick recap on this morning. As you can see, we now looks like we did get a clear 4-hour bar breaking outside that channel. So this channel is pretty defunct now. It actually has broken out. We'd need at least a 35 pip pullback back into this channel to warrant using the channel anymore. But you can see we've clearly broken out. Robots in again. We've got some perfect long setups here. The interesting thing for me is with PC data today and the PC data that come out, uh, as is expected, and it kept the American markets up. There was no sell-off whatsoever in American markets. And we have got gaps to close, but we do need those gaps to close really to get any value. So let's get into the trades that I was mentioning, which were Kiwi USD. So Kiwi USD, we're another 0.5% here on the trades. Another half, we're 0.5% up. We're just waiting for that to come down and conclude for 1.33%. So we're nearly full 1% there. Aussie USD. That one is coming, that one is in trend. So we are nearly 1% up on Aussie USD. Let's get down into the finite detail on that. So this is my target for 1.2%. If you want to take this out, did everyone take this trade this morning, or have people cashed out? Because it did hit full 1%. Is anyone in this still?
Yeah, no, Steve, I cashed out on that because on the 15-minute chart, it gave us two doji bars back to back, and I thought too much indecision, so I just cashed out at break even on it.
On break even?
Yeah, it'd been in quite a while, and then we got two doji bars on the 15-minute chart. So,
But we are using Heikin Ashi, so those don't really mean a lot.
um, okay, two indecision bars on two Heikin Ashi indecision bars I had on a 15-minute. So I sort of
Okay,
lost confidence in
let's
it.
have a look. Let's have a look at that. Um, I see where you mean here.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Okay.
I thought, I just sort of thought it's lost direction, it's sort of getting a bit 50-50. And I'd already done well on Euro Yen, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
screw my day up.
Yeah. Well, when you sat from like we had this morning, we made some rupees and we've got profit in our pocket. There is no reason to get greedy and to start try to capitalize on every single trade. Now, as I mentioned this morning, the goal is, and it would be a fantastic goal for people to achieve this, is to make 1% a day every day. That would be absolutely phenomenal. But it sounds easy. I know we're more than 1% up today, but it is not an easy thing to do. I guess today we could just throw our chips in and we'd be a couple of percent up plus, but don't want to do that. We would just I think what I will do on this one, we're kind of not really there. I'm going to move our stop to entry, make this risk-free above this fractal here. So we'll make that risk-free on the fractal. And I think I'm going to put an alert here at the bottom of this fracker, which is a 1% level. And we can have a little look and see how we go there. So let's get on to the US markets. We've got a gap to close. on the Dow. So let's go and have a look at that Dow. Right. I'll take that off because that's a trade I've done 50 odd pips up there. So we'll take that off. I didn't post it in the room. That was just me trading and pinching a few rupees. So we've got 54 points there, which we won't count. That's just me having a little trade. And I actually forgot to post it. So it doesn't count if I didn't post it. So we're right up into here, which is coming up to November's all-time record highs. Let's get into the detail of where we are. So we're a closing gap down here. We've got the unbalance. Let's put this out a bit further so it makes a bit more sense watching the unbalanced volume. Unbalanced volume, you can see we are with the unbalanced volume. ATR's down as well. We're above the 2-day high. We have a closing gap. That high, right, daily high extreme gap has been closed, which is here, there. So the X gap, the market came up, the X gap's been closed, and now we've got the closing gap to hit. The issue here, again, this is, we're going to write this up a bit more, give you some more rules to actually follow. As far as I'm looking at the ATR on my different screens here, we've got 130 pips. The perfect storm away from this trade is 130 pips. The minimum is 65. So that's a 15% ATR move is 65. That is the minimum by which we will trade it. And we're at the moment, we're 83 pips above there. So what we're looking for is for this to close the gap. This might be a fracker coming up. Let's get into 5 minutes. Now, if this market pulls up a little bit more, so here we are. This is the closing gap that we want to hit. We are going to go against the trend. So if we're going to go against the trend, we only risk 0.5% against the trend. Let's have a look. So that's a nice reverse frac top here, which coincides with a support here as well, and here and here. So that could be quite a nice stop. And that gives us, what, roughly 70 pips. That's not really good enough for a 1-to-1, which is, so that's a bit of a toughie, really. 65 is the minimum we want to go in at, 65. Let's have a think about this. I'll just put 65 pips in. You can see that's the gap. That's the minimum acceptable, really, that I would want to trade as a gap close. We're not there. So if the market stays where it is at the moment, got 8 minutes to go, then kind of that's, I'll just put this as a line in. This is a line in the sand, really. We might have to get into it and just close that trade off a minute. That's our line in the sand at 65. We may have to have a look right into the detail on the fractals, the 1 minute fracs to close this gap. So we could use a next level, the second level of fractal as a particular stop on this gap. But yeah, so we've got 65 pips from here would give us a couple of fractal break stops as a wee bit of protection to come down here. The market should just drop straight into it. It's a nice gap. The markets came up into the 4-hour exhaustive count, into a 1-hour exhaustive count. It's closed the gap, and the pivot risk we've got from here, there isn't any pivot risk whatsoever. There is nothing at all stopping this market dropping into the close. Apart from traders, of course. On-balance volume is actually down. We've got 7 minutes to go. I'm just wondering, do I want to set a trade now and run off? Crude's down a good 14 pips, which is nice. Kiwis in the money, which is nice. Aussie USD in the money, which is nice. Gold, well, the gold bot's doing what it's doing. That's making money as well. what else do we need to look at?
Did you
As well,
guys
if there's anything that you want to see,
what you said, put some toast in there? You can assist, please.
just mute Peter. If there's anything you want to see, then actually, have I switched the stream on? I don't think I've switched the stream on, but hang on a second. I forgot to switch it on YouTube, I think. Let's just have a little look. I can't see anything happening on one of my other screens that's showing YouTube, so I'll see if I can. Let's see, switch this on. Go live. It should come up in my studio. Wait on a second. End stream. It says streaming, so I'll just have to leave it. It's I'm not sure why. Can people see me live on YouTube if you're looking at YouTube? No. Oh well. Oh, what am I talking about? People can't hear me on YouTube. People can't talk to me on YouTube. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Never mind. Never mind. Right, let's get back in. So
Yeah,
we've got
Steve, the
less than
YouTube's
5.
good, mate. YouTube is good, Steve.
Right, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Andy. I'm just looking because I couldn't see any chat. So we're all, as usual on YouTube, everyone's silent and they just sit and watch, which is not a problem, because the interaction really is in this trading room, really, isn't it? That's where all the interaction really comes. So, oops, wrong computer. Yeah, okay. Right. I want this gap to close. We've got, after all the waffling, let's just put this 0.5% trade on at, we'll get this whacked in at 50, guys. Put it in at 44,950. We'll come back to that and watch, see what happens on that gap. If we can get the gap higher to close, then that would be nice. I'm going to very quickly flick over to, for the people on YouTube, you probably won't be able to do the gap trade because there is a bit of a delay. But if you are wanting to close the gap, we're looking at an entry of 44,950, and we're front running the gap, which is at 44,882. And we're having an equidistance 1-to-1 risk reward at 65 pips. So hopefully, I don't know how delayed the stream is, but obviously everyone in the room here you can see this live. Just have a very quick look at what's happening with crude on the open, before the open. Right, it's coming. What I want to do on here now, guys, if you've done the walking the dog, we're nearly 0.5% up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make this completely risk-free, just in case the American markets, as they open, start buying oil. We want to make this completely free trade, and hopefully that will come back down into the target. Just going to check on, do I want to switch the gold bot off? Because I saw the gold bot flick on. Yeah, so the gold bot's on. I'll leave it. So that was a 15-minute bar. And we've got just under 2 minutes to go. What I want to do is do fade, like the DAX today, fade of the fill for the close. We'll talk about this after we've watched the Dow close. So I'm going to look at the close on the S&P. Similarly, on the NAS, I want it pulling back. We've got an extreme gap, which might get closed on the NASDAQ. There's the X gap up here. But again, I want to buy the NASDAQ, but it's too expensive for me. I want to come down towards the close. So we'll talk about these when the market actually goes live. So let's get this down. So if the market really rockets off, then that's absolutely fine. We want this whole cash hole to be filled. I'm just looking at where if we can put an order in at 130 pips away, if we get the markets 100, I'm going to put 130 here. So what I'm thinking of while we're trading here is the ideal position today will be 130 pips away from the close, which should be a 30% ATR. So the close is down here. We're going to measure this now. 100. So really want the market to blast above 130 pips, really like this. And then we want to put our trade on at 130 to come down if it goes up a bit higher. So you were looking at, we're either going to get 0.5% from here or 0.5% higher up. I'd like to see the market come and test these areas up here, and then we have the opportunity. We're far enough away now. Can we get right? What I'm going to do is going to put an order here under the daily low. So we're too close. I'm just wondering whether I want to short this or whether I want a drop. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a drop, maybe under the pivot. This is the solid drop. This is the hole, and I'd like to see the market go high. I wanted to sell it around, hit this level here. But if it's not going to go up higher, we either get 0.5% on 65 pips or 0.5% 130. So I was just trying to get it from higher up. That's all. Let's see what we get. The market should close this gap. So we'll watch it. We triggered in now. A matter of just waiting for it to do its thing, really. Right, so we're looking for that gap to be closed. So Aussie USD's 12, just up 12 pips. Kiwi is 9. Oil having gone in a really good direction. We're only 5 pips up now. Gold, that's been supported as well, and that's going up. So we're all green or all blue. We're making money on the Aussie USD, Kiwi USD, oil, and gold. And I only going to risk 0.5% on the Kiwi, on the Dow, because we are going against the trend, and there is a hole to be filled. Ideally, we'll have 130 pip wiggle room, but the least you can get away with the average true range is 65. So we're going with the minimum requirement here with 0.5% risk. Let's see what's happening. There is I think Gareth and a few of the guys, you were talking about how's BTC doing. We didn't have a BTC room. We've been off for the week. The bots have been trading. I've enhanced one of the BTC bots. We've got a third bot there running, and they're running. We've got a bit of a reflection on the this account as well with bots running, so we can flick over and have a little look at how those robots are doing there. But we'll do the BTC next week. Well, with volatility's coming up a little bit, and it's moving up, which is quite nice, and it's coming to the downside. Let's just put that time scale up a little bit more. Well, fast and furious to the downside on the 10 minutes. Let's see what it does. So we've got all the trades over halfway through. Aussie USD is coming down within a pip or two of a 1% move. So we'll just have a quick look there. I'll put an alert here in case. Right, so the only way we trade in the Dow is trading the Dow gap. So if we get tagged out here, we'll get an alert. Or if the market comes down here, we'll get an alert as well. I'm not going to sit and watch the Dow. That's a system trade. I'm interested in managing the sorry, that's gold. So just for your heads up, guys, the bot spotted a pullback. So, and it's moved a stop to entry automatically now there. So again, this is the code. It spotted a stop distance to entry. So it's entered the automatic relief there. So if we lose, we win. And if we win more. So that's the bot. It's taking care of itself. It's doing the trades. Let's go and have a look at the what I wanted to look at with Kiwi USD. I think the Kiwi USD will move that into a stop to entry function as well. 15 pips is a full 1% whack. A full 1%. So I think we'll just have a little alert on that. Might just let's put an alert on there. So that's a 1% handle. Oops, I've done the wrong thing. 1% handle there. And I heard an alert go off, so best go and check the alert. Where was it? I've missed it. Got so many alerts. Let's put it on this screen so we can see. If it comes up again, I'll have to go and jump on it. Aussie USD. So we're coming right down towards the 1% level here. I'm just wondering whether we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 2, 4, 5 trades concurrently running, which is kind of difficult to manage. I'm just thinking whether I want to take one of these off. Aussie USD maybe. 1 divided by 15. So that's 0.8%. Do I want to take that off? Let's just have a quick look at how we're getting this pullback again. If we can add another 0.8% to the bank, yeah, I think we will. Yeah, let's take this off, guys. 12.5. That's 0.83%. So we'll bank that as well. 0.82% on Aussie USD. So we're coming up towards a couple of percent profit. We don't need to bother with that one. We'll let Kiwi USD run because that's risk-free. We can't lose money on that no matter what happens. And that's 16 pip target. It came down, well, at the moment it's come down within 1.3 pips of a full 1%. We're going to leave that and see if that runs into the target. Let's have a very quick look into crude. I know we're jumping around all over, guys. I looked at crude and I was smiling because I thought we'd just been tipped in. But would you believe it? It's come right down. My target is 72.26, and we came down to 72.26.1. So we missed it by 0.01 of a pip, which is slightly irritating. If that drops into there, that would be quite nice. I'm just looking at seeing if we can lock in a good 15 on here. 38, wasn't it? So we're locking 20 here. We can lock in over 0.5%. So we are very, very close to coming straight in. So With the settings here, guys, if we get a reversal, I can't remember what that was. Let's just have a quick look. I put that signal in, didn't I? Is this crude? No, we've already hit that. FTSE, is that crude? Yes, sorry, it is crude. So what was the stop on it? It was 30. So it was 30 pips stop going for nearly 40. Right, okay, fine. So we are 20 pip. So we're locked in 0.66%. So we're looking on oil, we're looking at 1.3% if it hits full target, or 0.66 if we get stopped. So we'll win no matter what happens, we will win. And nice. So we can't lose any money at all. All we can do is add money to the coffers, which is the ideal position to be in. Do we need to watch this? I don't think so. I'll put an alert on here. We either make 0.66 or it's kind of interesting to watch it, isn't it? This is where it can test your nerves. You see the market come all the way down, and yeah, it's just a wee bit irritating. I don't mind missing targets. I really don't mind missing targets. If we get it completely wrong, but when you are within 0.01 of a pip, and it's a spread that's stopping you hitting the target, then so it's 30 pips. Is everybody in this, or have you took your profits, guys? Is anyone in this with me, or is it me just trying to squeeze more money? Nobody in with me?
No, not in, Steve.
No, everyone's out. Right, okay, well, I think I'll just take it was 30 pips for 1%. So that's 32 pips. I'm going to take 32 pips. I'm going to take the 1.01% on oil, and then we won't have to bother with that. The Lord Sod will come straight down and hit that. Let's go and have a look at the American markets. So we're sweeping up quite a bit of money. So that's nice. Let's just have a very quick look at Kiwi USD. That's a 1%er there. So we've made 0.9, 0.6. I'm just looking at adding up all these little bits. So actually, we're better than I thought. We're 3.2% up. We lost the FTSE, so we're not. We're only 2% up today. 2.2%, which is that's twice the target. And again, this one cannot lose. And this one was a 15 pip target. So we could, if you wanted to, you could take that out now for just over 0.5%, and that would take you to 2.7% win for the day. But we'll leave that because we've got plenty of rupees in the pocket. We don't need to trade anymore. Let's go and look at that Dow and then rest of the American market. The Dow. Still trying to close that gap. Look at these indecision bars. Huge indecision bars. 103 pips from the high to low on that one. this emphasizes that 30% ATR trade, which is roughly 140 pips. I'm just going to bank that in. That's fine. Right. So we still got this gap to close. So what can I do? I'll put it on a different screen. Hang on a second, just get rid of. Just have a look if I can put the Wall Street up on this screen. So just keep an eye on what's going on with Wall Street. So there we go, Wall Street. Right. Let's go and have a look at the S&P. So let's zoom right out on the S&P. I've got some larger targets here. So let's go and have a look at how I got this larger target. So if we zoom out on the weekly, so let's set my long targets. So I'm going to turn the pivots off just for the moment, so you can see where we are with the pivots. You can see I've got an ideal weekly long entry, and the weekly on the weekly time frame, this next impulsive move should take us up to here. So I'll show you how we did that. We use a Fibonacci extension tool, and what I was looking for on this was to look at the last impulsive move up here and then all the way down to the bottom here to give us an idea. That was an impulsive move, so wave one, a wave two pullback, and it's currently in a wave one going to the top side, and that target is 61.75-ish. So that target has been set on measuring these impulsive moves at 61.74. That is what we're looking for. Now, trying to get, were you going to say something, Andy? No? Okay. So what I've looked for here would be the perfect storm entry. Should the market revolve off. I don't expect the market to come anywhere down here, but what I'm looking for is the perfect entry. So I'm looking at this market coming down into what is seven. Right, we could do that. Pull back in the right direction. So what we're expecting, as you can see here, the 78.6% retrace level. We expect that to be defended. If the market's going to come down, then the Fibbo boys will try and bring this market down into the 61.8% range down here. And it will get vehemently defended at the 78.6. If we break 78.6, it's probably going to come down for a double tap. So the ideal position is really, ideally, you want to see a reversal of 61. If you want the perfect storm, you're looking at 68. That's how I got the targets. So just to, it's all recorded this, so you can watch this a bit later, guys. I'm looking at the Dow keeps trying. We were 22 pips in the benefit there. It's trying and trying. So into the 4 hour on the Dow, there's nothing really much for me. I guess there is here on the 4 hour, but it was much clearer on the one. That's 3 hours. So there's a 4 hour 200 EMA. You can see the market price action really positive, direction really positive. This market is long. Dropping down into a little bit more detail, you can see the price action, and the price is starting to form a channel on the 1 hour. We've only got, well, 1, 2, 3, we need 3 points really for support and resistance, and we've got 3 on the top and we've got 4 on the bottom. Let's put the EOD cash pivots on now. You can see the closing gap is here and the daily high is here. The daily high, of course, is the extreme gap for the day, and usually the extreme gaps are close, and we've got within a couple of pips of the extreme gap here, so you probably could say that it's actually closed, but I would like, if we can, get the market to close the cash closing gap here. So I'm quite happy to sit and wait for the S&P to come down here. One of the things we've got to be mindful of, this is not a normal Friday. This is an end of month. So we are expecting profit taking at the end of the month on larger accounts, on pension funds and banks, etc., taking profit for the end of the month to pay out bonuses, blah, blah, blah. Fund managers will be wanting to get percentage wins in under the belt for the month to potentially get bonuses around that, or some really good stats for the month. So we are expecting this to come off. Will we have to wait for the close? I don't know. So I am going to walk on by on the S&P. If the caveat would be, and I'm going to alert this, if we get Camarilla breakout long, challenged here, then it might be worth doing a little tickle up here. And if you are around for that, then I wouldn't use a 15-minute bar. I would tend to go and use a 5-minute fractal on here for a 5-minute fractal breakout from here, just to challenge the top of this channel. So you're looking for a fractal setting up like this, stop under the fractal, and a 1-to-1 to the top of that channel. But it really has no interest to me until the market pulls back. The market is overcooked. It's really stretched on the stochastic. Doesn't mean to say it won't continue running up. You can see on the S&P quite high. It's quite happy to stay high and keep running. So, but it's something you always need to watch out for. So we're coming very close to closing that gap on the Dow. So we'll flick over to that Dow and I'll show you where we are with the Dow. So this is the close. We're looking at 65 pips. What we're going to do now is we're going to take that down to 32. Can I go down to 32 here? So we'll take roughly half. I'll do close. So that's close enough. So if we lose, we win, and if we win more. So that's the position that we always want to try and get ourselves into. Patience is absolutely key in trading. You've got to have a strategy that you believe in, and the strategies ideally are going to work a lot more than 50% of the time. Ideally, a lot of our strategies that work over 70% of the time. Doesn't mean to say they're going to win all the time, of course. But if you believe in the strategy and you are patient, waiting for the setup, and then you apply the strategy, then there's only going to be one outcome. And it's you're going to progressively be collecting pips, and you're going to be consistent because you're consistently applying that which has been demonstrated to work. So if we lose, we win. If we win, we win more. And that is exactly where we're trying to get to as a trader all the time. Managing your risk, keep on top of your risk. Learn your strategies, know them inside out, upside down. The gold bot has gone in again. Well, it's pretty relentless, that bot. Right, okay. Let's oh, someone's sending me messages on Slack. Neil. Oh, he's not in the room. Where's Neil? What's Neil? Ah, right, okay. He's yeah. He's got some messages from the guys in the room that can't be around this afternoon. Yeah, it's okay. We've not been around all week. So the market with the Dow, I think if you get within, I would say 10 pips, 5 to 10 pips of the Dow, and you get a reversal. I think that will be could be classed as being the gap being closed, but it does have a tendency to push through the gap. We are within 7 pips of the gap, but I would like to see that gap closed, that's for sure. Let's see if we can just tap that at 65. Just a few pips away now. It's 5 more pips really to drop it into there, and then that will be done. Another very, very high probability trade, the Dow gap trade, but it is going against the trend. Look at that. There we go, right on the nail. So well done, guys, if you've done that. So there's another 0.5. So we've 2.7%. So we've traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've traded 7 trades today and won 6 out of 7. So 6 out of 7 isn't bad. Not interested in this anymore. We've done the trade that we do on the Dow. Gap has closed. You can see the market punched here, relieving back through. That is a very good and consistent trade. So well done, guys. Let's move on and quickly look at let's have a look at the NASDAQ. See what we can do on the NASDAQ. So let's pull back out on the NASDAQ. The tech stocks took an absolute hammering. Black Monday, obviously DeepSeek came out and really took the wind out of everybody's sails on how cheap you can do AI for. And that caused a bit of a crash to all American stocks that are AI, especially NVIDIA, losing 17% on the day. Whole market pulled off, but you can see it's recovering, and it's recovering again. So that was a massive push down. But you can see the market trading above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Market's back into positive territory again. Again on the 1 hour, positive territory again. There's an extreme gap. These are magnets in the market. Extreme gap has now been hit up here. This morning it would get hit. That's probably likely to get hit as well, which is the closing gap on the 27th. So we can get rid of that now. So the extreme gap's been hit. The closing gap is right up here. Let's get rid of that so you can see the closing gap is there. We have not closed today's gap, which will be yesterday's daily high here will be an extreme gap for tomorrow, but ideally we'd want this hole in the market filled. That'd be the perfect storm, and then to buy the market coming down. So as the market comes down towards the close, we'd want to buy in on around about the close, or fade in just before we hit the close and go long. The issue is we've got a hole in the market here that hasn't been traded in cash hours, which is 21,774. So the extreme gap has been closed. The closing gap has still not been closed. So we have an area in the market here that hasn't been traded, and an area in the market here from yesterday that has not been traded cash hours. So it's a little bit holy. Do we need to take these trades? Do we need to have any more risk when we're 2.7% up? We don't really, do we? So the Nasdaq, I'd walk on by. Ideally, what we're going to see on the Dow, because we want the Dow to rise up now. You can see punched, and now we're rising up because we're going to short this tonight. From 8:30 onwards, we're going to short this. So you can do what it wants. Ideally, it will have a little run up, at least test the daily highs, and then we'll give it some on the way back down. But for now, we've took our money out of the market, we'll walk on by. There isn't a strategy that we want to apply that is very consistent for a day trader on the Dow. So we're not going to bother. Let's have a quick look at gold and see what gold's doing. Gold bot is back in again. Oh, you can just see, did it live right in front of our eyes. It automatically adjusted the stop. Obviously, it's detected that the market's had a fluctuation. We had that pullback here, and it's detected and grabbed profit, potential profit. So on gold, we are going to win, or the market's going to pull back, and we will also win. My target on gold, as you know, is 3,000. I had a target of 3,000 by the end of the year, but didn't quite get there. And we're at the bots on gold. Just leave your bots on, and yeah, let it do what it's going to do. And if it loses, it wins. If it wins, it wins more, and that's what we want. Right, what else? Kiwi USD. Let's go and have a look at Kiwi USD. Kiwi USD. Well, stop to entry, cannot lose. It's free trade. And we're looking for an alert going off for a further 1% win here, or a 1.33% further down. And we're just waiting for that to fall over. If we zoom right out, in fact, if I put that screen on I showed you this morning, I'll give you a good illustration on where we are. Kiwi USD. So a lot of markups here at the moment, as you can see. So on the 4 hour, I'll take all these lines off. That's from this morning, isn't it? On the 4 hour, we're trading under 200 EMA tick. So we know the market is negative. It needs also, what I'm explaining here, this is one of the videos on YouTube, how to enter the market. And I don't understand why people, I've had a few comments on it. You always get the trolls and things. Everyone's got a view. This is a very, very robust way of entering the market. And there's lots and lots of ways of doing it. There are lots of ways. But this, if you want, and while you're learning 15-minute bar reversals, 15-minute frackers, 5-minute frackers, Fibonacci's, using something you hold to be true, a strategy that you can absolutely believe in. And if you believe in a strategy this would be for entering the market, and you consistently apply this, there's only going to be one outcome, and you're going to be collecting points, and you'll be consistent. So under the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, yes, that's working good. Now drop down to the 1 hour. Are you under the 200 EMA? Yes. Drop down into the 15. Are you under the 200 EMA? Yes. So it's all good. It's all good to go and enter the market. And indeed we did. So we entered right under that bar there. We're looking for the market to come all the way back down to areas it's been to before, which is just down here. So we're not going for some huge runs. We're day traders. We want to be in and we want to be out. We want to take our money and run. And all we're looking for is the market to return back to areas it's already been into very, very recently. And if we don't get it, then we don't lose any money because we're managing our risk. if we do get it, then we'll either make 1% or 1.33, depending where you want to take your money. So that's the other one. Is there anything in the room that you guys want to, that you're personally having a look at and want to trade? Is there anything there that catches your eye that you want me to have a little look at? If there's nothing, then that's absolutely fine. Oh, sorry, I forgot there's lots and lots of comments here, aren't there? Sorry. Let me have a look. Got to go to work. Yeah, no problem. Sorry, Martin. Sorry. LOL. Great. Yeah, yeah. Right, I need to, can I put myself in? Let me just switch an account so I can actually talk under my own name. Stop. Right. Right, okay. So yeah, the settings are absolutely key. As a day trader, we get in and get out in a very precise way. So on the Forex, we want to be using, if I put this in, on the FX stock settings, I'll type this in, are 833. Those are very good settings for commodity and index. Then the stock settings you will find that are very good for day traders are 15, 5, and 5. They are very good. So, and yeah. There's a handle, isn't it? Black Ghost. Right. Right, y'all. Let's actually, we've lost over half the room as well in the live trades. That's I guess it's not much of a problem. It's a nice problem to have. People come on, make a lot of money, then leave because they've made money. It's only me dashing off to be sat here still having another crack at the market. But this is free trade. So if we lose, well, we can't lose. It's impossible. We've managed our risk. We've got a perfect setup for another short here of the USD. I'll just click that filter. Market's pulling back up. And the reason it says it's a perfect short, this filter here, I'll just go over that with you. Perfect short, hit that spanner, and I'll show you the code and behind that. So the perfect short, it's going on the 4 hours. We're trading under the 4 hour, yes. We're trading under the 1 hour, yes. We're trading under the 15-minute, yes. We have got a stock pullback on the 5 minute of over 70 percentile. So not only on the 15-minute that we're looking, this filter has already gone down into the 5 minute just to check for us that we're overcooked here as well. So kind of doesn't get any better than this. From 5 minutes to 4 hours, this market's coming down. So you want to trade that again, you can. We're nearly 3% up. We're guaranteed 3%. The gold bots have won 3 times today as well. And they're in again, and we can't lose again. It's going back up. It's about to hit full target again. And that will return over 3% into here. Natural 4%. The bot's running on a 4% run. So that is doing really well. A 15-minute bar, if you took, we're obviously not going to, I did mention to do that in the room this morning, but Some people have took it, some people won't. There's a 15-minute bar. For the afternoon, I'll just explain the afternoon session. I'll just explain what I mean by the 15-minute bar. So today on gold, we were looking at gold. We've got this 4-hour channel. So you can see this 4-hour channel has been running for a long time. The market has actually broken this channel. The reason I think this channel has broken and not particularly relevant anymore is we're just about to smack full target up here, which should be quite nice for another 4%. But these are, we don't count the bot wins. The bots are our little helpers in the background that just make us money. But bots been in a few times today, plus we've manually traded 2.7%. So we'll be with the bots that 8, 9, 10% today. And don't really say too much on YouTube because people just don't believe it. And that's okay. My room does. If you are interested in, I should actually say I'm not really good at marketing. If people are interested in want to come into the private trading room and be a pupil, give me a shout, email, DM me, and I will take you around the room, and we'll see if it's something that is for you. If you want to learn to be a little bit of if you want to sharpen your skills, be a consistent trader, want to get access to a lot of the robots. In fact, these robots are on the website. Actually, you can just get these robots. Actually, I don't know whether you can buy the robots, can you? I'm not sure I've got these on the site. HARKO day trading. We've got fractals, OBV9s, the dirty dozen fractal bots. So that dirty dozen now is 14. And if you get those, you then come into my private trading area, and you'll be in when this come on. You'll get into the bot community here where we share our performance. This is last time I updated this was the 14th. 23% for the month. It's pushing towards 26% at the moment. That's just for the month. These are the dirty dozen robots that trade on your behalf. I teach, if you get the bots, then you get into this room, and I teach you how to use them as tools, and how to make some money. Last year, the worst month we had was 9% for the month. Best was 16% for the month. And that's before you start trading yourself as well. But very high probability bots that work very, very well. Very, very well indeed. So what was I saying? I've lost my train. Right here. So the top of this channel, you can see here, we have a full 4-hour bar, body and wick above the channel. So what we're looking at here is the market's accepting the price above here quite readily. And then we've got a break of that bar, which is a confirmation. Markets do pull back, and they've been pulling back between 30 and 45 points. They've been going up 60 to 70 points in every impulsive move. So what's this? Is this 70 points or something like that? Yeah, very, very predictable. There we are, just hit full target again, made another 4% on gold. Thank you very much. So you can see here these big impulsive moves. Very, very predictable. And if you fancy being a student learning to do what we do, and we do live, then give me a shout, and then we can see if it's a fit for you to come and be a trader. I don't mean it to look easy. It is not. It's took years and years of finding the right strategy, writing the right AI bots, using all these tools. And all we are doing is consistently applying rules and being patient. And if you're patient and you apply the rules, the trades will come to you. So what we're looking for here now is this market to pull back. Really, we're kind of really extended. The market's accepted. This market's just going to keep on a rip up. Oh, I did say people did talk about BTC, didn't they? So BTC, we've got robots running on BTC, as you can see here with the gear wheels, and we're trading BTC at the moment. And yeah, it's doing okay. A couple of hundred pips there in the bag. Let's have a quick look at the FTSE. We need that FTSE to go back up. So look at that. We got up here and we decided to take the money here, which was prudent because the market has come back down. If we hadn't managed our risk, then we would have been stopped down. The reason we took our money here is because the risk was, and it's all about risk management, keeping hold of your money. The American markets, I felt, needed to pull back. They were trading on extreme gaps and closing gaps, big holes. And that was illustrated with the Dow here. The Dow really does pull the FTSE around on the American Open. So to save getting stopped out or a stop to entry, we took profit right very, very close to the target. We traded the Dow down, and now the Dow is finding some buyers because the gap has been closed. It's now finding buyers to go back up. So really good. What we want is a FTSE to try and hold on. Whoops, try and hold on. So if anyone, if you want to watch the, I'm just thinking, I won't bother streaming on YouTube tonight. We'll just do it in a private room. But don't forget, guys, we'll be live from 8:45 this evening. And we're going to rip 1% out on the Dow, and we'll take ideally 2% on the DAX as well. But we'll do it live. And yeah, so that'll be quite interesting to do. S&P's been very resilient. Look at that. We broke out the camera, the breakout long. So let's just have a look. I'm not going to follow this up. I want this to come down. So the trade is, if you were trading this, as I mentioned this before, a breakout at C-ball is a target up into there. And we can check this evening, double check that it did where it says in the can. We do need to have this extreme. For me, this isn't a high probability trade. It's just a continue on fractal trade, fractal trading. Nothing wrong with that. It all works quite nicely. So, but nothing to see on the S&P really for me. Nasdaq, again, Nasdaq has punched the camera breakout long. It came down to the closing gap, the daily high, which was the extreme gap from yesterday. Came down. There's the extreme gap. It come fairly well. No, actually, no. That is still a, I would say, is still an open gap. I've got 10 pips on that at least. Oh, heck no, it's that within 3 pips, it's closed. So we've got the extreme gap from yesterday closed. We still have to close the closing gap, and there's a hole in the market there. So it is the end of the month. I do expect markets to sell off into the respective closes. So there are opportunities there. So maybe let the market go as high as it can and give it a tickle on the way down. So we're out of nearly all our trades now. Let's just have a little look. There's nothing else to see. One thing, once you've made your money, what you don't want to be doing is just continuing trading and giving your money back to the markets on trades that aren't super high probability. Let's have a look at crude. What happened with crude? Bang, straight into the, that area there. We had that hesitation and a pullback. Crude, we hit the target and went right down to the 4-hour area there, which, hang on a second, bear with me. I'm just going to take that profit on my other account. Hang on. Right, okay, that's done. Right, okay, so out of crude completely now. Yeah, so this is the 61.8% Fibor. This is 100% Fibor, where we do expect over a longer period of time the market to smack down into that gap there. So that would be the next Fibor target to hit. I'll just check whether we did that on a 4-hour. Was that there on a? Yeah, that was a 61.8. I don't know why. Oh, I've done that a little bit loose, haven't I? So sorry. They're not exactly on the points, but that was the 68. You can see 61.8, and that was the 100 targets. Using Fibors or learning how to use Fibor extensions, Fibor retraces, and Fibor overtraces, as I call them, are very powerful indeed if you can get your head around them, because there are lots of Fibonacci traders in the market. So we're out of crude. We traded crude twice today, won twice, 100% track record. Dow, we want the DAX. We want the DAX to go as high as practically possible today, to sell off, but it's come down to the daily pivot actually, because what we want to do, we want to get the DAX, and we would like to get the DAX to be trading under, I'll put this in, under the 30th percentile today at 930, and we are going to buy it. I don't know why I obviously deleted that, but stick that in the middle there. So we want this market on the 5 minutes to be trading under 30th percentile at 930. In fact, it's looking quite good here. But it's far, far too early. It's 20 past 3 in the afternoon. So there we go. Save that. Quick look at the FTSE once more. Would like to see this to come up a little bit more. Would like the Dow to pull this up. Would like to see the Dow pull this up so we can give this a tap into the close. So if you check your charts, make sure you're on Heikin Ashi for people who are on YouTube. We're going to do this live in our room anyway, but for people on YouTube, if you're watching this, watch tonight. Watch it around about 4 o'clock, 5 minutes to 4, at 5 minutes past 4. On a 5-minute chart, you will see if it's going to work, the setup, you will see a 5-minute bar, a red Heikin Ashi bar, roll over round about 4, 5 past 4. Take a break of the 5-minute bar, stop above the swing high, and go for a 1-to-1 or better, and you will get a sell-off, and you can hold that sell-off right through to 438, by which time you really want to be out of the market, or just take 1% if the setup works. I'm just trying to think of what else to do. I don't want to give any money away. We've won every trade bar one. The bots have helped significantly as well. Made a lot of rupees on the bots. We've got BTC coming up quite nicely, making some more money as well. And it's been a great day. I'm going to do the streams, I think, every Friday from now on. I might do one on a Wednesday as well, if people are interested in coming and watching, participating in some live streams on YouTube. Quite happy just to push the stream out onto YouTube. If it's going to help people, then great. That's what it's all about, helping people to be consistent in the markets. The problem we do have on YouTube is most people are grazers that come on for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, watch and go off again, and really don't take the opportunity to learn from what they see, either learning how not to trade if we lose money and learning how to trade if we win money. But any questions in the room, guys, before I call it? There's no point in hanging on for a couple more minutes because there is nothing really setting up. Gold's pulling back nicely. I would continue trading gold long on pullbacks, that's for sure. We can go and give the FTSE a bit of a tickle in half an hour anyway, and we're waiting for that. So I think if there's no one's shouting out in the room, so I'm going to bid you goodbye, and I will see. Oh gosh, the bot's gone in again right before our eyes. We should call this relentless, this bot. It's in again. So the conditions have been met. The conditions are met on a 5-minute scenario. So the market's meeting the 5-minute criteria, which will be trading above the 9 EMA. So it's on again. So we'll have a look at this at 4 o'clock, and it's making money again already. But there we go. I'll go if you're interested in the bots as well. That these bots are not on. They are not on my website. They're usually just for the guys inside the room. But if you're on YouTube and you want to get a gold bot, they're about 250 quid for the year, and they've been doing exceptionally well. Well, it's all recorded. You can see how well they do. Give us a shout and I'll stick it on the website, and you can download it. It is only for TradingView. We're not TradingView for Pro Real Time. Pro Real Time knocks TradingView out of the ballpark. It's far superior, much better. But TradingView, and it's free. My TradingView is not free. Anyway, I won't go on. I will get off, and we'll be back on again, guys, in the live room. It's at 5 to 4, so it'll give me time for a cup of tea and get my voice back, and we'll see if we can take some more rupees out the market. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.